already 10:02 my time, so we are going to get rolling and get started so we can take full advantage of Miss Amanda today. So Amanda, thanks for being here with us. We really appreciate you. I've known Amanda for a long time here at eXp, and so I've loved just watching her journey and what she's built and building. And so thank you for taking your time to be with us today.
Thank you, Kathy. Well, same to you. I mean, even back in the business coaching days with Michael Burt, like
Yeah.
it's been awesome watching you too.
Yeah, thank you. Been been a ride already. Well, let me read Amanda. I'm just gonna read Amanda's bio because she does a little bit different than what a lot of us traditional real estate agents do. And so I'm just going to read her bio and then we'll kick it off. So Amanda's no, if you don't know her, if you don't follow her already, she's known as the Traveling Realtor. So what a life that is. She's the co-founder of the Carolina Furnished Rentals, and she is a seasoned real estate entrepreneur. She's in the top 1% EXP real estate or influencers. She's a visionary behind the California Furnished Rentals, founded in 2018, and that the Carolina furnished rentals skyrocketed in 2020 as the demand for the stays just during the pandemic pivoted, and in 2021 it became her lifeline really because she was unexpectedly kicked off of Airbnb, where she had built a really big platform on Airbnb, and at no fault of her own was kicked off. And so she said rather than seeing it as a setback, Amanda turned it into the challenge into an opportunity to take full control of her business, doubling down on the midterm rentals. And she has transformed Carolina Furnished Rentals into a thriving enterprise, proving the power of owning your own brand, building a business independent of volatile platforms. And today, our expertise is to help Airbnb hosts with three or more properties transition to the stability and the profitability of
Yeah.
mid. So today, she uses her expertise to help Airbnb hosts to move into that midterm rental area and market. And she uses AI automation strategies and proven systems to help for them to scale smarter and bigger. And Amanda's mission is real simple. It's to empower others to build wealth, freedom, and a brand that they're proud of while they're navigating their ever-changing landscape of life. And from hosting wellness retreats for burnout Airbnb hosts to speaking at events, Amanda inspires others to take control of their future and achieve financial independence on their own terms. As you see, the Traveling Realtor. So I love that brand, and she does do a lot of traveling. I have followed her for many years, and she is doing business from Cabo to Austin to North Carolina to all over the country and all over the world. So she really does live that name. So Amanda, we're so happy to have you with us, like I said. So thank you again for joining us.
Oh my
So
goodness. Thank you.
so maybe let's go back from the beginning. So what got you into real estate, and take us through all the way up to, up to the time that you joined EXP.
Well, what got me into real estate was I was living in LA and I was working in Hollywood. So I was doing hair and makeup for movies. And I started working with a serial entrepreneur couple. And so they were building a company. And so I did a year of both of that. And then I just kind of looked at my life and was like, I want to do the business route. And so I did the business route with them. I quit doing hair and makeup, gave all my stuff away. And we did so good in the business that we started. We hit Fortune 500 and we all made a lot of money. And so we all got into real estate investing together. And that was in 2006, 2007, right before the market crashed and we lost all of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
So I don't
story
know.
is not uncommon.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to pick yourself up. So I picked myself up in 2009. and got back into the market. And I was in the market in California till 2013 as a private money lender. And then after that, I moved to North Carolina and I started flipping houses. And then I realized this is dumb. I need my real estate license. And so I got my license just so I could go and do all the things, right? I was buying a lot of properties actually off of the MLS back then too. And so that was 2013. And then let's see, I was flipping and doing all the things, buying rental properties. I bought like 9 owner finance rental properties in 2015 and still flipping. And then 2017 rolls around and I decided to start my own real estate brokerage because I'm like, well, this is crazy. Why am I paying this broker? So I did that, and then literally 6 months after I opened my own real estate firm is when I found eXp, or should I say eXp found me, and I couldn't sleep for like 3 days, and I was like, I just wasted all of this money starting my own firm, building my own brand, building my own website, like all this crap, and eXp just gives me all of it. And so I went to eXp, and that was in June of 2017.
But we can, I mean, about the same time. So you saw it right away, having just opened a brokerage.
Yeah, I saw how much
Yeah.
money I spent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
and
you
then
move right away? Did you make the move right away, or did you hesitate a little bit because
so
you had
I
just
saw
spent
it.
all that money?
I was up for 3 days. Like I'm not lying. Like I literally on YouTube. I think I watched every YouTube video back then. There wasn't very many back then,
Yeah.
but I watched them all. And then the week after that is when the shareholders meeting was in. It was in San Diego, I think. So this had to have been like May.
Yeah.
I went to that in May and then I
Yeah.
ended up coming on board in June
Okay.
and I just had to like get my ducks in order and then I came over.
Okay.
hmm
Well, that's fantastic. And then where along the way, when did you start building your Carolina rentals and that whole portfolio?
So I joined EXP in June of 2017. My dad got cancer I'm having to go back now. It was like May of 2018. So a year later. He got cancer. So at that point, that's when we put our house on Airbnb and I took him to Mexico for alternative cancer treatments down there. So I didn't really know how long we were going to be gone for. And so we were just like, well, our house is going to sit empty, so let's just throw it on Airbnb. And that's how I got into short-term rentals. So yeah, I started it a year after I came into EXP.
And then you've built a portfolio, obviously, since that time. And so tell us just a little bit about that. And then we're going to transition over into kind of the attraction side of it. But tell us a little bit about what you've built and maybe simultaneously how you're able to do all this and travel as well as much as you do. I mean, you live in Cabo. You went and decided to go live what, in Cabo for 2 years?
4.5.
4.5. Okay. I knew it was a while. Yeah. I mean, so,
Yeah, I know.
so
I'm crazy.
EXP, she jumps up and moves to Cabo, still does her business from Cabo for 4.5 years. So she really is the traveling realtor. But so tell us, how you really have built your Carolina rentals
Yeah.
and
Yeah, so it started with my own, right? We call that house hacking. So that's if you're traveling or if you have a guest house or something like that, then you can just rent your house, right? So it started with that. And then while I was in Mexico with my dad, let's see, I was in the middle of 2 flips when I left. And so I ended up keeping one of those and I did a cash out refi and turned that into an Airbnb. And then I bought like a little tiny home off of Craigslist while I was in Mexico and ended up having that delivered like the week after I got back from Mexico. And that was another Airbnb. So by the time I got home from Mexico, I had 3 Airbnbs. And it just started growing from there. And then I ended up running out of money. And then there was this, I went to a closing and there was this little red sign across the street from the attorney's office that said for rent. And I was like, wonder if I could rent that and then I could like put it into my portfolio and then let's see how this works. So I called the lady and she was like, and I told her, I was like, hey, I own a real estate firm here. And I'm housing a lot of people coming into the area who are thinking about relocating. And so I'd like to put them in this house for a few weeks, few months at a time while they're here, like, house shopping with me. Because at the time I was still selling houses as well. And she was like, she was this old lady. She was like, oh, honey, that is the best idea. And I was like, okay. And so that was the beginning of what is now called rental arbitrage, which is where you rent a property for, say, $2,000 a month, and then you turn around and you sublease that out for $4,000 or $5,000 a month. And so that was my very first experience with that. It worked brilliantly. And so I ended up doing it 10 more times. And so that's how I built my portfolio very quickly because I didn't really have to put that much money into it. I was in for anywhere between 10 to 15,000 per property. And that was a lot more doable to me than just buying all those properties or having to go in and renovate them and do cash out refis and just all the things that comes along with being like a real investor. Now, that being said, with rental arbitrage, you don't get the equity, you don't get the appreciation, all of that. You don't get the tax benefits, but you get the cash flow. And I was after the cash flow. So that's how I built that. Then in, oh gosh, maybe like 2022-ish, I had some investors come to me who we had been doing rental arbitrage on their properties. And they're like, you're making a lot of money and we want to get involved. And so we ended up coming up with a plan where we would sell them our furniture that we had in the property. And then we would sign a marketing agreement with them. So pretty much like a co-hosting agreement. And then from there, they would just pay us 20% of whatever we brought in for the property. So we were able to get our money back from furnishing the property. And now we are zero risk because when COVID hit in 2020, I think I had 12 arbitrage properties. So my monthly nut just on rent payments was over $33,000 a month. So when they wanted to make more money, I was like, at that point, I was still kind of hurt from the risk of having $33,000 a month going out. And like, if something crazy in the world happened, I still have to pay that money. And so I was like, that sounds really good. And so we transitioned some of them. Our portfolio now, we still have nine rental arbitrage properties, but then, and I own some as well. And then all the other ones are all co-hosted. I say co-hosted, but really they're marketed. I have a marketing agreement with them and I get 20%. So there's no risk.
Yeah, fantastic. That's awesome. It's just a unique business model that you built on for sure, So with your attraction business, so right now you're down to 129 agents. So you had more, and like all of us over the last couple of years, we're starting to see the turnaround, but people got out of business, people just left, different things. So you're at 129 now. So for agents, we've got people on here that are all different levels. So let's go back to if you were a brand new agent today, getting into real estate, and you want not a brand new realtor. If you were brand new to eXp and you really wanted to start attracting agents, for that agent that's newer to eXp, what would you recommend to them to just jump in and start attracting? What would be your recommendation for that?
I am all about the niches. The riches are in the niches, right? Um, I I did this and I would do this again. And I started attracting real estate agents that wanted to get into rental properties, short-term rentals at the time. So I hosted a bunch of classes and free trainings and stuff like that. Today, I would go create some free downloads, some free opt-ins, right? How to do whatever it is that you're a genius at. So if I were a new agent, or not new agent, if I was an agent that just joined eXp, I would figure out what is my genius? What am I really good at that I should share with the world? And then I would create some type of lead magnet for that and opt in. So they have to give you their name, email, phone number, and then put that on a landing page. Then all of a sudden you have people opting in. Now you're building your email list as well. And so that's what I would do. And then I would just start cultivating that audience with free trainings, everything free, free trainings, right? And then get them in, and then oh my gosh, it was so great having you on this training. I would love just to do like a 10-15 minute call with you just to see how we can help each other. Is there any synergy between us? And that's how I would start it. And I would just start doing calls. And it's not about EXP, by the way.
Yeah.
It's about building that relationship with them, figuring out who they are, what's important to them, what do they want, what do they feel like they need right now in their business, and don't even bring up EXP. And then after that call, then you could say, great, awesome connecting with you. Do some type of connection with them. So like if they need, I don't know, let's just say that they're getting into flipping or something, or they need to do a cash out refi on the loan. Give them something, give them a connection, give them something, make a connection, make a value add to their life. Then a few days later, contact them. I was just thinking, we had a really great chat, and I want to talk to you about something. Are you free for like 10 minutes? And then you call them, and then you peak them for EXP. That's what I would do.
Yeah. I agree. It's all, and we've talked a lot about that on these Mondays. It's about giving value first, right? It's giving value, giving value, giving value. What is that Vanderchuck book? Is he the one that wrote, what is it? Something right hook, is I don't know. It's the idea about giving value and then hit him with the right hook, and open the door to, in this case, EXP. So I think Kelly had a question in there. Oh, you didn't have a question. You were
Oh,
just
my last name is Williams. No one knows my last name. They know me by Amanda, the Traveling Realtor. But my real name is Amanda Williams, and I'm in Raleigh. Well, my properties are in Raleigh, North Carolina. I am licensed in North Carolina. I currently live in Austin, Texas, but I've been in Mexico for the last almost 5 years. So I'm kind of hop around a little bit.
yeah.
Well, my question centers around I do midterm rentals as well. And I work with a group that does midterm and long-term rentals across the nation. And my real question is, are you open or do you want more business managing midterm rentals?
Not managing them unless someone wants to come and like work for me. I have a team that just works for me. So I don't actually hire any contractors. They come in and like I have my admin, I have my cleaners, I have my maintenance people, but they all work for me only. Like I don't share them with anyone. And I only do Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
So as far as like if someone wants to send us a monthly client, then we're happy to pay referral fees on that. We do that a lot.
Okay.
But yeah, open to chatting.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So sports, so you're all about giving value. What are some other things that you have done in your agent attraction that you have seen a return on, you
Hmm.
know, in attracting agents? So giving value, and what some other ways that you have seen, whether it be yourself or even other people at EXP, you're very plugged into EXP and the influencers. And so even if it's not yourself, maybe some of the others.
Yeah, I mean, I think number one is the events. Okay. Virtual events are fine. Number two would probably be so I created a course and I gave it to agents when they joined my organization. So agents who wanted to learn about Airbnb at the time. That worked well. So again, what is your genius? Create a little mini course around it. it can be something super easy and like a Zoom that you record and you chop up and you throw it on Go High Level or something. Then if you don't want to go that route, then what I've seen, actually, I just had an agent come in May, I think it was, and he has just really stepped up his video game. So his reels, he's hired the right people now that he knows who to talk to, and like I've connected him with a bunch of people. And so agents have literally just been watching him. And he hasn't even been doing, oh, my little light just went out. He hasn't even been doing a lot of outreach to agents. And they have literally just been watching. And now he's got 12 agents that have come to him. So 9 of those 12 are his frontline agents. And he's only been here since May. And that's literally just from doing videos on his Instagram and just like value add type of stuff. And also showing, oh, now that I'm in the right room, now I'm doing my marketing this way. Like he's doing marketing with his houses like exploding and like fun stuff, right? And so the agents are like, what is he doing? And then they're calling him, and then he's putting me on a 3-way call with them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. So Kelly just asked, what is your FLAs, FLQAs?
Yep. So my FLA is I'm at 37 now. And then my FLQAs, I'm down to 9 right now. So, things happen. I will say this. I love this company because in 2023, I was able to 100% take off of all work. And I joined Tony Robbins, the Platinum program. And I went and traveled the world for a year. And I did 14 countries. I did not work at all. And my revenue share paid for all of that. And so, yeah, I'm down now because I quit working for like almost 2 years. But now I'm back. So now it's time for me to build it back up, right? But it sustained up until this point. I mean, yes, I've dropped a lot. And a lot of people have dropped a lot because a lot of agents have exited the market. But at the same time, what other business can you take off for like almost 2 years and then come back and be like, oh, I guess I should work again?
Yeah.
And
Not to
Amanda, what
take
is
off
your
2 years, but fund the travel around the world that you did, so that's key too. It's, you know, you were able to fund all that through your rev share.
Yeah.
Kelly, go ahead.
yeah, and your total team size then, Amanda?
I'm at 129, I think, right now. So, yeah.
Awesome.
But I will say this, in 2023, when I was doing this, I had about 230 agents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what works for you in terms of helping your agents grow and on the retention side? Because it has been a tough couple years. What works?
Yeah, the what works best, honestly, is just keeping like one on like text messages, one-on-one text messages. I know that seems like a lot, but it's supporting my group that way. I do a lot of breath work and meditations, and so I don't even send them real estate stuff. I haven't sold a house in 6 years. Like I'm not going to teach them how to sell houses. But what I will do is I will support them in their wellness journey, in their like nervous system journey. I'm very into health and wellness and that kind of stuff. And I'm a huge believer in, not burning out. I've hit burnout many times. And I've had illnesses and like all kinds of chronic pain and all the things. And so I just don't want my agents to experience that. And I know that that comes from hitting burnout. And I know that that comes from shoving emotions down that we don't allow ourselves to feel. And then all of a sudden, those emotions come up in medical issues, disease in your body, right?
Mhm.
So that's the kind of stuff that I share with them. Yeah, I'm here for real estate investing questions, of course, but what I really love helping them with is like personal stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And AI.
use, yeah. AI, okay. What are you doing with AI, what do you do with AI and attraction? Are you doing anything with those two things combined?
Honestly, I'm not even doing any attraction right now. I feel like, I am working on all my courses right now. I'm just trying to get everything in my brain onto video, and so that I can put everything into all my courses online, and then I'll get back into the attraction stuff. But um I do like pop-up trainings. I don't want to commit to, I'm going to do a call every week. I used to do that before I went on my around the world travels. I did weekly calls. And what I found is that a lot of people, I mean, I had some show up. You guys have 18 on the call now, right? I would have 200 people in my org, and I would have 10, maybe 15 people on the call. And I'm like, this isn't even worth it. Like, what am I doing? And so that's when I started doing the personal outreach. So now I just say, hey, I'm going to do a pop-up training. We're going to talk about how to create your custom GPT to help you with your marketing, right? So I'll do something like that. And people like that. Like I'll get like 20, 25 people showing up on those calls. So that's what I like now. Eventually, I'll probably get back into doing maybe weekly, bi-weekly trainings. In January, I am rolling out my bi-weekly trainings for like I have my actual students that pay me to coach them. So I probably will open that up to my agents as well. Haven't decided how that's going to look yet. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Well,
It's not a
heard
lot,
you.
guys.
Well, what I heard you saying though is you're really kind of taking a step back to create your your content and create possibly it sounds like maybe another offering that you can then just offer to even attract. So, what I'm hearing you saying is, I really just want to do more attracting. I don't want to be chasing, you
Oh, I
know.
don't chase. I don't,
Yeah,
you're never
yeah,
gonna have me call, like, I am not gonna call you. I am not gonna, unless you're already in my organization, it's not gonna
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
I will post stuff, and I do emails. So if someone gets into my email marketing, like I do have my emails going out, I have my setter, but this is all for my other business. I have online courses, and I'm building like functional health division of a company too right now. So yeah,
So
that's
your emails are a combination of different topics. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
There are a lot about the short-term, midterm rental industry, but after I finish, like right now, I'm on a launch period for my Black Friday offer, and then I go into my other launch of like these new courses that I'm doing. So I pretty much I cycle through which business I'm doing. And so next year, you're probably going to see some more eXp stuff coming through. But I'm taking off. Like I leave next week. I'm going to Europe for 3 weeks. I'm taking my mom to the Christmas market river cruise, and then we're going to Barcelona for Christmas. Like that's more important to me right now, to tell you the truth. It's yeah, like agent attraction is wonderful, but at the same time, I think I attract agents just by living my life and my lifestyle. And then
Yeah.
they're like, "Well, how are
Right.
you taking off and going to Europe for 3 weeks and taking your mom, who, by the way, lives on $1,100 a month in Social Security income? How are you doing that? Oh, you're paying for it. Oh, how are you doing that?" And that's where the questions start. So that's where, like, it's being the traveling realtor. Well, how are you a realtor and you're traveling? Well, how are you doing
Right.
this? And then that's what's
Yeah.
opening those doors.
Yeah. Yeah. So, the biggest thing that I'm hearing you talk the loudest about is creating that niche. What is your niche? What are you good at? I'm talking to everybody here. What are you good at? And create something of value around that to be
Yes.
able to send to agents, to do webinars about, to do, Zooms, whatever it is. Michael Reese talks about all the time. If you know Michael Reese, he's in the top like 5 or 6 of eXp for agent attraction, maybe top 10. But he says your money's in your database. Like the money's in the database. So you got to be building a database of agents. If we're talking about agent attraction today. So you got to be building a database. So what are you giving? What are you doing? What Amanda's talking about to create a database of realtors. And for her niche, as you're hearing, is the short-term rentals, the Airbnbs, and really training agents. And there's a lot of agents that want to learn about that. As agents, if you're not doing agent attraction, what do we hear all the time about how to create some passive income? Rental properties, right? Airbnbs, short-term rentals. That's a newer thing, I feel like, that's been going on the last probably since COVID. Like you said, you ended up sort of shifting there and going into that midterm. That's a real open market right now, I feel like, for investors, right, to shift to that midterm market instead of the long term, year to year market. But does anybody have any questions that they want to ask Amanda about what she's doing in building her team? And Kelly, go
I
ahead.
will say
Yeah.
something else about that too. Oh, sorry, Kelly. I'll let you go in a second. I will say something else about that. With the midterms, something else that I talk about a little bit. I haven't pushed this a ton yet. But with the midterms, agents really like those because I use those to do my marketing to people moving to North Carolina. So
Mhm.
it's relocation clients, right? So I have this
Mhm.
live like a local program so people can come in, they can stay in a house in Cary, a house in Raleigh, a house in Garner. These are all like little towns around Raleigh. And so then they can figure out where they want to live before they actually purchase a home. Then once they decide the area they want to live in, then I will hook them up with one of my real estate agents. And so it's good for me obviously because that's a referral for me, but for an agent, okay, well what if I had just had one midterm rental, then I could use that to market to attract leads. And so
Mhm.
that's another thing, that like for me, that's what I would do a training on, of course. And then that would be an agent attraction training. And it's like, oh, well, come into my circle and I'll teach you how to do this for free, but you have to join eXp, right? So think about that for you. Like, what is it that you can teach someone right now? It's to get leads, because that's what people
Yeah,
want,
that's
right?
what everybody wants. Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry, Kelly, go ahead.
Amanda, you have in a few short years created the lifestyle that most everyone on this call is really looking for. And if you go back to when you started that, eXp RevShare and then your midterm short-term rentals have created that freedom for you. If you go back, a lot of folks on this call are here because they believe in that vision of what RevShare can create for them. And yet there's something that holds them back from taking that step to creating a habit of doing RevShare. If you go back to when you started this, what would you say created some momentum? Because to get a group of over 200, you had to take some action to get there. What created that momentum for you and that initial start?
Events. Events.
Hosting them.
I was doing a
Mhm.
lot of events. I was doing live events. At that point in time, lunch and learns were the thing. So I was renting a room at the local golf club or golf community, whatever, Prestonwood Country Club. So we were doing those. I was bringing my existing organization in. It was a free lunch for them. So we were building community because I had sponsors come in and then they could bring their friends. And we would have maybe 5 guests a month. But it would be great because it was community and I was doing the EXP presentation and we were doing some type of training. So whether it's open house training or whatever. That's what worked then. I don't really know if they still work, to tell you the truth. The other things that I was doing, like Kathy and I were in the same coaching program together. And one of the things that we learned was becoming a person of interest. And I took that to heart, man. I was like, what can I do to make people think like I need to talk to her? Like she's interesting, I need to talk to her. And it was events. It was live events. It was virtual events. I don't know if you know Shelly Johnson. Shelly and
Yeah.
I, as soon as COVID hit, we started creating these real talk, like Zoom. They weren't even podcasts. They were just like we would go on and we would just like live stream into Facebook and we would do Zoom real talk about COVID and like I don't know, just whatever we wanted to talk about. So it was just stuff like that. It was always being on camera, lots of Facebook Lives, nothing like, how do I say this? Everything that I did came from like a super authentic place and
Mhm.
a very real place. It wasn't like I was on just reading a script.
Mhm.
So that's what I would say do, right? Just get in front of people. The more that you're in front of people, I just saw a post that Leo did. He's like, he's posting what, 3 times a day or something. And he's saying, the agents are saying, oh, well, why am I not getting the deals? Well, you're only posting once a week. Try posting 3 times a day. Try staying in front of people's faces like that and see what happens. So it's just
Yeah.
content.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just being visible, adding value, kind of like you've been talking about. And I do remember, especially when you were doing a lot of your events. And I remember seeing you post them on Facebook. You're doing them, hey, I'm going to be here. And you were doing a lot of your Airbnb training. I don't know about the midterm back then, but you were doing a lot of, a lot of trainings, not only the lunch and learns, but you did a lot of live events.
Yeah, and not and also, I was doing a lot of the monster producer trainings too. I became a coach for him for Raleigh, and so I would take that material and then I would twist it into my own words, and then I would do my own trainings around that.
Yeah.
And good Lord, I look back now, oh my gosh, guys. Nowadays, if I had that, I could literally load the worksheet and load the PowerPoint that he gave me into ChatGPT, have it create an outline for Gamma. I would put that prompt into Gamma. I would have it create a whole new worksheet and PowerPoint. And then, boom, that's my training. I was just doing this last night for something else. Now we have AI, guys. You can create so much content in literally like a few minutes. I put this outline into Gamma last night that I created about this new business startup training I'm doing. And I was like, all right, create a 70-page PowerPoint presentation from this outline. Boom, click, and it started creating it. And I was like, I'm going to go take a bath now. And I went and took a bath and I came back and my whole PowerPoint was done. And it looks
Wow.
fabulous.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can do with that. And now are you going to go out and do on the road trainings with that? Are you going to just do live, kind of have a funnel coming in to go high level or something?
My 2026 is going to look a lot different. I'm going to do one live training a week, and that's it. And that's 1 hour a week, no more. And I am going to focus on I'll go ahead and tell you guys this. No one knows this, but I have a really good friend who is an owner in a company in Dallas, and it's called Clear Cardio, and it's a scan, a CCTA scan that actually like scans your heart and tells you what kind of plaque you have. So with like heart caths, it tells you what percentage your arteries are open. So like, oh, you're 70% or you're 80%. Well, that's only showing one type of plaque. And that's the plaque that actually gives you like a warning sign that you're going to have a heart attack, shortness of breath, all the things. Well, there's another type of plaque that I didn't even know existed. And that's the plaque that's on the outside of the arteries that's called hard plaque. There's actually a technical word for this, but I call it hard plaque. And that's what actually can break away, and that's what rips the artery. And all of a sudden, you've got blood rushing in, and you are now dead in 1 to 2 minutes. That's what causes the massive heart attacks. Nothing shows that unless you get these like in-depth scans, which is a CCTA scan. There's only 8 of these machines in the entire United States. One of them is in Dallas. So that being said, she owns this company, or she's a co-owner in this company, and a lot of the people who get their scans, they don't want to get on medications because of course they're prescribing statins, and statins are bad. Sometimes statins have to save your life, but a lot of these people, they don't want that. And so they have been talking to me about coming in and building the functional health side of the business. So we're gonna be helping people eliminate that plaque naturally with all of the natural things. And that's kind of my specialty because I did cure my dad's cancer in Mexico. I have some expertise with that. I am not a medical doctor, but I know where to go and what to do when disease hits the body. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I haven't told anyone yet, but I'm really excited about it. So that's why I'm like, my 2026 is going to look different because yes, I love real estate. I'll always be an eXp. I'll always, be here for my people and do the trainings and everything. But I'm trying to take all of my real estate knowledge and put it into video so that I can really focus on helping people in their wealth, or excuse me, their wealth and their wellness. Their wellness. I want to help in wellness. So
That's wonderful.
yeah.
Somebody asked, going back to Gamma, what is Gamma? Somebody asked.
Gamma. Gamma is an amazing tool. If you just Google Gamma AI, you can create worksheets. You can create, so PDFs. You can create websites, and I use it for my slide decks. So for all of my PowerPoint presentations, I use it for that, and I use it for my worksheets. That's the only things that I'm currently using it for right now. But it literally, you just go and create an outline, and you can tell ChatGPT to create your outline. Let's just say I want to create a relocation guide for New Orleans. I see Chuck on here with New Orleans. I want to create a relocation guide for my business in New Orleans. I'm a real estate agent and I want to attract people who are coming in. I want to talk about all of the different little towns around main New Orleans downtown, in anything that's in 30 minutes driving time, whatever it is. You just tell it, you give it a really good prompt, and you say, okay, now give me the Gamma prompt to create a 20-page relocation guide. So then it's going to give you the prompt. You literally copy it. You go to Gamma and you say create with AI. And then when you do that, it's going to give you an area to describe what you want, where you're just literally going to paste your prompt in there and then tell it that you want it to be 20 pages and you want it to be a PDF or a worksheet. And so from there, you just generate with AI, and literally within like 2 minutes, you have a relocation guide. And now all you have to do is go in and edit it. There's your opt-in.
I mean, see how you can take that, guys, and just create that piece of value for prospects, right? And then now how do you go out and market it all over Facebook, all over, different mediums, right? Whether you do even build a landing page, like get my landing guide, get my relocation guide for New Orleans or whatever city you're in. Like you can create all of this on AI in a short period of time and have things of value to offer out to draw leads in, right?
Would it be helpful if I shared my screen for like 3 minutes and just showed you how to do this?
Yeah, sure. Let me make you go ahead.
Because I feel like I just like went through it, but I feel like a lot of you probably had no idea what I was just talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. Okay. Can you see this?
Yep.
All right. So we're going to go to ChatGPT.
You better be snapping pictures of this, Chuck.
What's the biggest industry in New Orleans?
Tourism would be the biggest one, but restaurants would definitely be what people come to New Orleans for.
What about moving there? Why would they move there?
That's a good question. The lifestyle would be the number one thing, because if you wanted a lifestyle where you could, walk to restaurants, bars, different types of festivals, things like that. So it's really more about the lifestyle in New Orleans.
Okay. All right. So I'm a realtor in New Orleans. I want to create a relocation guide for people moving to my area. I want you to create an outline for my relo guide on best areas to move, what's different about each area, and the best places to eat and shop. Also include anything that would be valuable to my audience of families 40 to 50 years old relocating for lifestyle options. Give me the overview in detail. Okay, I'm going to say in detail because I want it to go and do like all the research for me. All right. So we're going to push that through.
This was the coolest thing, Amanda. I'd never even heard of it before. And I plugged your prompt in for my area. I'm in Northeast Ohio. and I know it's going to do it now, but it totally did it. It's like the coolest thing. I was like, oh, mention about Cleveland Clinic and the Amish experience and the mall that's close by. And it's like,
I love it. Oh my God.
it's so
Yes. So it's going to do all of this, right? This is great. It's taken a little bit of time here, but it's giving us welcome to New Orleans, understanding the greater New Orleans layout, best areas to live. It's got some best eats it here. It's got some best shops, lake view. I know nothing about New Orleans, so this area. All right. So what I'm going to say is great.
Just so you
Now,
know, it's spot on right now. What I'm reading
yeah,
right now is spot on.
perfect. All right. So now I'm gonna tell it after it's done. It's still giving me things. But now I'm gonna say, now create the Gamma prompt to create the downloadable guide. But I can't push this through until it's finished. Um, this should be, I'm just gonna do 10 pages. You can do it as long as you want, but oh my goodness, what families love about living here, insider tips, housing market snapshot. Are you guys doing this on your computers?
And y'all could be doing videos on any of these prompts. What if you took some of these and did some, little snippet videos? And if you took the things that would be of interest to other realtors and did videos.
Absolutely. All right, there we go. So it's done now. So now I'm going to tell it this. Okay, let's create a Gamma prompt. While it's creating my Gamma prompt, I'm going to go to Gamma. Oh, it's gamma.app, I guess. All right, we're going to go to home.
Paid subscription at
Um,
Gamma.
yeah, I pay, but you don't have, you could create documents up to 10 cards or 10 pages without paying. But I create like a bunch of stuff, so I do pay, but it's like 20 bucks a month. I don't know. It's cheap. So you're gonna come here and you're gonna do create new AI. All right. So that, and then you're gonna click on generate right here. See where it says I could do a presentation, I could do a web page, I could do a document, or I could do social. I'm going to do a document. And this is for 10 cards. I want it on letter. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab my prompt. Okay, so there's my prompt. I'm going to put my prompt right here. I'm going to get rid of the top. And then I'm going to get rid of the bottom. All right, so I don't even know what it says, but here we go. All right, so now we're going to do edit prompt. And then over here, depending on how much detail you want. So you could do a detailed guide, you could do a concise guide, or a minimum guide. So I'm going to do a concise guide. This already says who I'm writing for, right? So families ages 40 to 50, because I put that in my prompt. And then the tone that I want. I've got my own colors because I got my brand kit in here, so it just automatically does my brand kit, but you can choose any of these other ones. You can also choose, do you want it to create AI images for you based on what the card is? Or do you want to create, do you want to use stock photos? Do you want to upload your own photos? I just do AI images. It does a really good job. If it is AI images, then you could do like realistic photos, or you could do any of these other ones, play around with it. You could add keywords, you could do all of that. All right, I'm not going to get too in detail with it. I'm just going to show you here. You can generate that and watch. Don't take your eyes off the screen. So here we go. A relocation guide for families looking for lifestyle, culture, and community. Okay, so this is it. So it's going to have your welcome. See, and I don't like this because I think it's very ugly. So I'm going to show you what to do. So over here, what can I put in the additional directions to make it pretty? and attractive. So that was very ugly. Okay, let's see what it says. All right. Okay, let's grab it. So here we go. Additional directions for a beautiful, attractive relocation guide. So I'm going to take this and there we go. I'm going to copy all of that. I'm going to come back over here. And the reason why I don't like it is because it's plain to me. It's kind of plain Jane, right? I don't know. Let's just make it a little bit better. So now I can say back to prompt. And then right over here where it's additional instructions, that's where I'm going to paste that in that GPT just gave me. And then I'm going to generate again. And let's see what the difference is. So I would obviously make this as kind of your cover page. So I would actually go back in, if I were actually doing this, I would go back into my relocation guide outline and I would say, give me the prompt to create a really nice front page of the relocation guide. And then I would put that in here as well. And so I would make this like way prettier. But honestly, guys, this is what you're getting just from a super simple prompt. And then all you have to do is come in and edit this. Obviously, read it, make sure it's correct because this is ChatGPT. But come in, read it. Then you could start, with your own pictures and you could switch out photos and you could redo AI photos and you could change colors and fonts and like all the things. So that is just an example of what you could create this in the next 30 minutes to an hour, and you could have your own relocation guide for your area. It's as simple as that. So there you go. What did y'all create?
Yeah, that's awesome. So guys, like, look, you guys can do all kinds of stuff with this, as you just saw, right? What do you want to create, right? For your clients, to attract more clients. But think about, since we're talking about attraction today, think about what prompts would you want to create? What would you want to create that's of value for realtors, right? There's a lot of different things that you can create that's helpful for realtors, you know, how to sell, 20 homes a year. Like you could put that in as a prompt. How to sell 50 homes a year. Put that in as a prompt, create a document, start doing some kind of ads on Facebook, draw traffic in, get people to raise their hand. Like who wants how to sell 50 homes a year? Realtors. See, there's all kinds of different ways and different things that you can utilize like this for both your real estate business as well as your attraction business. So you can take the same concept in both ways. So fantastic stuff. Anybody have any final question for Amanda?
Yes, I had one. It was a great session. Really appreciate it. This was back earlier when she was talking about her in-person meetings. Did you have any tips on getting people to your meetings? Was it just being consistent on those meetings that you did?
So making sure that they knew exactly what they were going to walk away with. So the last one that I did, it was like, hey, come ready to build your custom GPT. Like, don't be on your phone. If you're on your phone, don't even come because you can't build your custom GPT. So you need to have a pro account with ChatGPT. You need to be on your computer, camera on, ready to do screen shares, and then you can come to the meeting. And then I'm going to teach you how to build your custom GPT in 1 hour. You're going to walk out of that meeting with it built. So that kind of stuff, I think that's super valuable because they're like, oh, I know if I invest an hour, I'm going to walk away with an asset. I think this is just my personal opinion, but just attending trainings, there's so much coming at us. There's so much. It's like, why should I go to that? Like, what asset am I going to walk away with from attending that training? Right. So like today, you guys just walked away with knowing how to build a custom relocation guide. And I hope as I was doing that, you guys were going through and doing that for yourself. So I think that's the biggest thing. And just obviously texting them to let them know, emailing them, and then posting it into your groups, your Facebook group if you have one, or however you communicate with your group. Yeah,
Okay, thank you. Awesome.
you're very
Well,
welcome.
Cheryl, what I heard her say was, have a basic number one, a call to action, but what are they going to walk away with, right? At the end, what is something that you're going to give them in that training that they're going to want to come, they're going to want to show up for because they know they're going to walk away with whatever, so love it. Love it.
Awesome.
Awesome. Amanda, thank you so much. This has been amazing, and I just appreciate you so much on so many levels. So just have always loved just your bubbly personality and love watching you bounce around the world and the country, and just appreciate you. You're always such a giver, and thank you for giving today for the Freedom Team.
Oh, you're very welcome. It was nice to meet all of you, and thank you, Kathy. It's always good seeing your beautiful face.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Thank
Hey, do you want
you.
a copy of this recording?
Oh, I would love that. Actually, I have one. My note taker's here.
Oh, well, there you go. All right. Love it.
So
All right,
awesome.
guys.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody.